I'm going to speak from mostly behind the counter, and I wanted to tell some of you guys about the pitfalls of restoring old trucks. Okay, here's an old truck. Okay, and if I had really had to know, thinking I know everything when I got this truck, okay, the problem is I don't know everything, and I'm not really a fan of Fords, and it was kind of some of the happenings. But one thing that did happen was somebody put too short a bolt into the steering box. And Saturday evening, I went and got some food and stuff for when my son came up on Saturday. We usually we don't get to spend a whole lot of time with each other. The steering box walked away from the frame. I heard a loud pop when I was backing out of the parking space, and boop, there we go. So you guys with those larger tires, okay, this goes back that I want to tell you about why I quit and why I really work for me. See that gusset? I built this right out of flat stock. That gusset will hold that box, and I know, yes, it's welded permanently to the frame, but we have modern things called torches and cutting tools, and that is a rebuilt box. There's a reman tag on it with a date of 1993. So that box was replaced, and it was not adjusted. There's no lash. I'm not getting any lash. But anyway, let me tell you why I quit. I was working at a body shop, and I want to tell you something. The SOB really pissed me off. Okay, guy came in, he had about the same issue. He had really big tires. Now I don't, and that's why I'm not a fan of really big oversized tires and lift kits. You know, that's all fine for show. You guys can drive them around. You guys can have it. Okay, if I do anything, I'm going to do a mild lift, 1.5 inches, 3 inches. I won't go beyond 3. Okay, that's asinine. And I really will not go beyond maybe 3 tire sizes up. Okay, because once you get into those gargantuan mud tires and stuff, you're getting yourself into a load of trouble. And not to mention, a lot of guys, they wonder why their transmission went prematurely, and it's at the dealer, and the dealer says, well, those tires voided the warranty. Well, that's what happens. But anyway, I almost got in a swinging match. Guy came in and he had fractured the frame, and I told the guy at the shop how I would repair it. No, you just do this. This is how I would repair. Even if I did repair the inner frame, okay, normally they crack in the inner frame. Sometimes they crack on the outer frame. See, there's an inner and an outer side to that, okay? It's a square tube frame. So he didn't want me to make the gusset. You just do what I tell you. Anyway, the guy got in a severe accident, not that far from where the shop where I was working at, okay? So when I have something intelligent, okay, to contribute, I contribute it, because you don't know what you're getting into when you drag one of these old bags of bolts home. These guys on the internet, okay, and I don't want to call any names out because the guys do some intelligent videos, okay, but just like this, I had to replace that too. Okay, I got to working on that, and I know the front end was walking around, and I said the day will come when I put the brakes on and everything. Well, I put the brakes on, and I just ignored putting that tie rod end on. Okay, so there you go. That's what happened to me. I almost had a very bad accident, okay? Just like that gentleman did, where I warned the idiot at the body shop what I would do to repair that is make a gusset like that. So if you have larger tires on there, don't be afraid to make a gusset that meets that steering box. And I mean, that is some really crude crap that I did, but it does work, and it does make sense. And especially, like I said, when you're dealing with a damn near 40-year-old truck, there could be worn out components that even a professional mechanic, you just can't see everything. It's like going to Disneyland. Hey, did you get to Cypress Gardens, or did you get here or there? No, I didn't. You know, there's only so much time in each day. And really, I did go over almost every nut and bolt on this truck. The suspension was the last thing, and it was all painted up. It looked all brand new, and that suspension was tight. I don't know what made that tie rod end fail, but I could feel the front end was walking around. When I would accelerate, the truck would pitch one way, I'd get the torque steer, then it would come back. So my next video is going to be my intelligent contribution of everything I had to go over with this truck. So it might be a fairly lengthy video. Hopefully YouTube will allow me, because I know I do make some crude comments every now and then that people don't appreciate. But these guys that are making these other videos that I was pertaining to earlier in my almost Joe Biden incoherency here, Okay, these guys make it look like you just put brakes on them and you get them running, a new carburetor, maybe a distributor, spark plugs. It goes far beyond that. And especially when other functions of the truck are not functioning the way they should be and you're driving it around. Because now, I just noticed that my power booster, I believe the power booster, that's going, okay? I'm getting a hissing in the pedal, and it's also getting really hard when I do shut the truck off. I don't really have any reserve vacuum in there, and it could be the valve. I have to check that valve, but something's going on with the power booster. And I do have another valve. I stuck it in the box. There were 3 or 4 of them in this truck, so I'm assuming either they got the wrong valves for this truck, and or the power booster was bad and somebody was telling them it was the valve. You see, that's how it goes when you buy something used too. You can't always go by what the old owner of a vehicle told you about its history, okay? Because some of these guys inflate a vehicle for the sale to be more than it really, you know, they did more than they really did do. And a lot of times that's what I find out, just like the guy that put my son's engine back together. He didn't want to travel all the way up here to his dad or bother me, and I did have a lot of work that summer, so he took that truck to a Happy the Clown mechanic. They put silicone all over the head bolts when they put them back in. We had to clean every bolt hole out in that block and stuff. It's just, you don't know what somebody else is going to do. So I must cut grass, and I'm going to make my intelligent contribution, okay? Part 2 is going to be everything I went through, especially with that Offenhauser conversion on that truck. It's a little more difficult than people might think, and especially when you have to make your own, you know, brackets and so forth. They really don't sell you any more than the intake manifold, and they really don't tell you that you can use a 450 CFM to 500 CFM carburetor on there. I actually think that 450 really performs well with that engine. But like I said, there was so much other stuff. I still do not have that truck to perfection. I never got to paint that other side of that, or clear coat that and touch up the paint on the other side of that bed. I never did get the new moldings on it, but that's, you know, for next year. It's a toy, basically. But that truck's going to have to get me through the winter because I still don't have the engine in my shop truck. I'm just making arrangements to get it down to my buddy. He's down near the Allentown area, so it's going to have to be towed pretty far. And he's going to drop the block in it, and then we're going to bring it back here and complete the engine. That's the way that's going to go. But in the meantime, I got that bucket of bolts, and my son is having problems. He needs to get himself reliable transportation. Okay, so this has been my best friend. We are getting engaged, me and my tractor here. I spend more time with this lawn tractor this year than I spent with my girlfriend or my friends or my son. So that's my video, guys. I'm going to give you my intelligent contribution on everything I had to go through when I started out with a cab, 2 doors, 2 rotten fenders, no bed, a shot motor, and a half-assed transmission. That's about what I had there, and I still don't know the condition. I don't even know if that 4-wheel drive works. I haven't checked that, and that would probably be later on today after I got to run to the store. I'm always out of something. But that's going to be my intelligent contribution, and understand that I'm going to give you an honest assessment. I never contemplated that I was going to spend that much time and that much money on that, getting that vehicle. And like I said, I'm still spending time and money on it. So that's it. And I will tell you what else I really propose to do with that truck. Because it needs a seat cover. It needs new headlights. In other words, there's still another $1,000 or $2, you know, and not in this economy. I have bills to pay that I can't pay. So that's why that stuff is not done, because this has been the lousiest summer in history, and it seems like World War III is just about coming. So thank you for watching my videos, guys. I appreciate some of the comments are a little out there, and I fire back at you. I'm no rookie doing this. It's been bad parts, broken parts, missing parts, chicken farts. The whole summer's been a disaster. Chewy just sent me cat food 3 times, and they have a note there that I have older cats. They're all between 10 and 15 years old. They eat the pate. What do they send me? Fillets. Yeah, you understand? I don't know. I think some of this is deliberate sabotage that people are perpetrating on these companies. I think there's some purpose behind it, because it just can't all be happening to me. And in my videos, I speak clear and coherent English, if you don't notice. I'm not half drunk like some of these guys making videos. Yeah, I do drink a beer, and I still do eat pussy, too, on occasion, when I can get it. But anyway, yeah, I'm one of those guys. But I don't, I'm, for the most part, a sober person. My cat is calling me, and I have to go. I don't know what the cat needs. Where are you, Chuck? All right, I got to go find the kitty.